Kareem, your company is a very strong company. I understand that you've been here for more than 45 years in operation here in the UAE. And that said, this has been a very significant change during this time for your company. But how has this affected your growth in the UAE? It's easy to look at this year and to think that the future will be all doom and gloom. But what are you seeing as the outlook for 2021 and 2022?
Well, Phil, yeah, there's no doubt that this has been one of the hardest years I've ever experienced in my career at ECC Group. Again, just to give you a background about the group, we have construction company, we have an MEP company, United Masters, there's Prime Metal, the metal and aluminium. We also have Abanos, the joinery, and we also have a small development company called Aurora. So I can tell you from the perspective of all of those companies. Yeah, like I said, it's definitely been the hardest year that I've ever experienced in my career. As everyone said, these are unprecedented times. You know, we've got a pandemic that we haven't seen in over 100 years. Unfortunately, many companies have closed down and will continue to close down without a strong financial backing to support them. However, I don't think the future will be all doom and gloom. These downturns and tough times are essential for growth. They're essential for improvement and education for countries, for businesses, and for people. These times will force businesses to focus internally and adapt to improve and become more lean, more efficient in order to survive with the tighter budgets that we're faced with. It forces everybody to think efficiently and look at ways to improve existing and everyday methods of working. Construction companies will start to shift probably to more modular construction methods. BIM will be more commonly used in projects. I think there'll be more design and build projects coming through, and there'll be a shift towards using more advanced technologies. I mean, already we've seen from COVID-19, it's rapidly changed the way that we communicate and do business through softwares like Microsoft Teams and through Zoom. I mean, these technologies have actually been around for a while, but we needed this pandemic to push us into using them and making more efficient use of our time. I'm also a big believer in this country, and I'm sure we will come through this downturn to thrive and develop even more. I mean, I was born here, and I've been very fortunate to see possibly one of the fastest developing countries in the world. And in my lifetime in this country, we've had at least 5 economic crises, and we've survived all of them. So, you know, we're very fortunate to have great leaders who put a lot of effort into making their country one of the best in the world. And, you know, we already have an incredible infrastructure. I mean, I was out on the roads the other day. I was driving out to Al Qudra with my wife, and I was just thinking, my God, these roads are insane. You know, there's not one bump in the road. Our harbors are some of the best in the world. Our power, you never get any power cuts here. Our airport is one of the best in the world. And on top of all of that, you know, we're living in one of the safest countries in the world. I still have a lot of friends who have left and who, you know, they've gone to places like, you know, in America, in Europe, and they still tell me how, you know, they just felt so safe here. They were able to leave their doors open. They were able to leave their kids running around. Whereas now they don't feel as safe. The country's also investing into space exploration, bringing tech companies to set up their businesses here, creating a medical tourism, and I'm sure there'll be many, many more innovative ideas to stimulate the economy. They've now pushed the Expo to next year, which I'm sure will create a positive influx in the UAE economy with tourism and visitors and the global population flocking towards Dubai. I'm hopeful that the oil prices will also increase, which will help to boost the cash flow. And I actually read a stat in the IMS report that, you know, the UAE economy has contracted by 3.5% in 2020. However, they're anticipating that it will rebound and grow to 3.3% in 2021. So that's very promising. I mean, within our group of company, within ECC Group, we are seeing tenders come through And we're very fortunate to have repeat business with our clients. As you said, Phil, we've been around for 45 years. So our key clients and the developers who have been here for a very long time, they know us and they're continuing to come back to us. I mean, even if you look at our development company, Aurora, we've just finished our development in JVC called Hayati Avenue, and it's pretty much already almost all sold out. And the townhouses that were sold out extremely quickly, and we're actually having more people coming and asking us if there are any townhouses available. So we're actually thinking about looking into building more townhouses on a smaller plot. I mean, the pandemic has definitely pushed people to looking into more, I think, separated villas with their own pools. You know, during a lockdown, at least you have your own space and your own pool. So to summarize, I believe that we will remain in tough times for now and the beginning of 2021, and more companies will struggle. However, I'm hopeful that by the end of 2021, the economy will start moving again and will lead us into an even better 2022.